All right, what's up, y'all? It is day 2 of week 2, and I'm top 2, and I'm not 2. Yesterday we made 5K. Today we're looking for another clean 5K. So let's get into the day and let's make some money, baby. Let's get into these charts. Man, I must say the last month and a half, we have been disrespectful to US 30. Like crazy to me that people have a tough time trading this. But let's get right into it. So as you guys know from yesterday, since we broke past this 43,300 level, it was off to the races, bro. We were buying and going to continue to buy all the way until we got up to this next resistance sitting all the way up here at this 44,400 level, okay? So we spoke about yesterday. And so going into the markets yesterday, we ended up tapping right into this very valid resistance. It was support, took a lot of volume to break through, now support again, resistance, and coming into the future, resistance. We're having massive reactions every time we come to this level, okay? And so coming into yesterday, even though I was bullish as fuck, I understood, man, if we continue to hold this level right here, I'm going to sell off the market for the day. And so we went down to 5-minute time frame and used volume to our value, bros. We always fucking do. So yesterday was a bread and butter setup. We broke above London highs during New York session open. We didn't execute these buys sitting right here because I don't lose money the same way we make money within the markets, which is a grab of previous session highs or lows. And so look what ended up happening, bro. This is so clean yesterday. We broke above London highs. We broke above previous Asian highs, and we broke above previous New York highs right here. And then we fucking tanked from that point within the first like 10 minutes of session open. So it's like, okay, two things are going to happen, obviously. We're either going to push back within the range and I will go ahead and sell as this 43,700 level is holding, or we're going to push further back up, and that is the market picking its direction for the day. I'm going to continue on with these buys. Tons of confluence as higher time frames are creating higher highs and higher lows. We're still sitting above this very prevalent support on 4-hour time frame, 43,300 level we keep talking about. Like off to the races, bro. And so as soon as we broke back above this newfound resistance, I hopped in, TP3 hit like fucking water. So going into today, let's go back to 4-hour and break it all down again. We're now sitting above all levels of resistance that we were having to start the week, okay? There's nothing in our way for shit until we come all the way up here to this 44,400 level, okay? Nothing in our way for another 250 points. And so there's nothing telling me going to lower time frame that I should sell off this market, because there's no bearish momentum happening to any degree as far as sitting at resistance, lower time frames, creating lower highs and lower lows. Like everything is bullish. So let's go ahead and execute buys again today. And so going down to 15-minute time frame, just seeing if we can mark out any trend lines or anything. We got a nice little trend line that's forming here. Go down to 5-minute time frame because that's all I see. We have a nice little resistance that turns support right here. Little lower time frame, so it doesn't hold much weight, at least to us. And so we're waiting for a couple things here, potentially getting a retracement back into tapping into this trend line. If it does, it is now a validated trend line, and we can use this as part of our bias. I would not take a break below this trend line if it were to happen again from that point. We want additional confirmation. And so we'd be taking break below the second low sitting down here, which is not only breaking below the trend line for the third time, if it holds for that third time, but it's also breaking below this 5-minute support. Using the catalyst of volume during session open, I'll fucking sell off this market all day long, sitting down here, if that's what we get from it, okay? But outside of that, as far as buys go, bro, literally just following the wave, okay? Whether we get a retracement or not, if we continue to push up during session open, I'll just go ahead and buy up the market. We don't have much confluence outside of higher timeframes being bullish and breaking above this resistance as of now, because we don't have the catalyst of volume until market opens up, and there's not really any valid higher time frame support to that anything is reacting off of. You know, like ever since we broke above 43,300 and this level here, we have just been fucking sending it. We haven't came back to retrace it to show that it's going to hold or anything. We just been pushing. So I want a bit of additional confluence, meaning I'm not going to take a trade pre-session. But when the market opens up, if it looks exactly like this, we're sending it to the moon. I'm just buying. So we'll see what happens. We got about an hour and a half before session open, and then we'll get right back into it. All right, y'all, so look what we got going here. We already got our whole bias. I'm just waiting we got session open here in about 4 minutes. As soon as we break above this resistance here, we're hopping in, as long as it's not that first minute of session, as you guys know. And we fucking out of there. As far as stop loss positioning today, 25 point stop loss is fine. Not that much volume today. And then as far as the sell-off, nothing in our way, telling us that the market is going to sell from this point. So if we get a break below these lows here, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to wait for a break and then newfound support and then a break of that newfound support, as long as we're not right next to this trend line. But I'm honestly not interested in sales at all today. So I'm going to switch you guys over to the actual accounts now. All right, session open in 20 seconds. Game time, baby. Let's go. All right, so market's open. Hopefully we don't get that push above right during session open. I don't take that first minute just because all that manipulation, I want no parts in it. So let's be cautious here. We already violated these lows sitting down here. So we're just waiting for a newfound support to take sales anyways. There's no sell-off here. I don't mind this retracement at all though. So now we're tapping into this trend line here. Let's see if we get some type of hold. If we don't get a hold, bro, this is wild. As I always tell you guys, I'm not going to get in at the end of this whole, fucking 100-point drop. I'm not going to get in at these lows sitting down here, especially when it's sitting at support and potentially this trend line would hold. So we're just gonna have to wait for some type of newfound support to hold and then take that re-break, or just no trade if we just continue to trade off in this range. But no chance for entry for these sells at all. Trend line's holding. What a boring day, man. Looks like I was just incorrect with the trend of the day. We might just be bearish here. And I need new structure to form. I'm just not going to get in at the end of this move. All right, y'all, so while we're waiting for this fucking trade, look at this, man. Called all for free to the group, as I always do. Here's my account on the right, floating about 1,500 bucks. Here's the trade on the left over here. This is my personal account, so I'll still put this in the challenge series with Apex, but this is my personal account. And it's all called for free to you guys, bro. I'll show you right here. All called for free. Here's New York Signals right here. And you can access this group by going to the link in my description. I'm sending every last one of my Forex trades for free within that channel. So make sure you guys check it out. It's always a ton of education in there. I do giveaways and all sorts of shit. But moving away from that one, that is where I have my personal account and then that chart, because I'm recording up there as well for content. And then sitting down here is where I actually have the charts. You know what I'm saying? So this is where I'm looking at other trades that I'm taking, and I always have US 30 on the right side sitting over here, and then going back up to the right screen, that's what you guys usually mainly see. That's where the actual trades for the Apex accounts are being executed. So still making some fucking money out here, but I do still want entry on US 30, just waiting for some type of resistance to form, and then I'll go ahead and take that break, still anticipating that price is going to buy up. So hopefully we can get a nice little entry, sitting down here instead. Honestly, I'd really like to get buys here. Look at this 15-minute time frame. We got our third tap to the trend line now, so we can use it as part of our bias. Obviously, we're bullish as fuck. We continue to push higher. We got our retracement finally now. Now I'm just waiting for some type of resistance so we don't have to, again, get in at the end of the move up here. Not saying that price is going to continue higher, not going to continue higher, but with how small our stop losses is, it's going to be tough when we're getting in at the end of the move. I really just want to get just a better entry sitting down here, but we'll see. We'll see if that fucking resistance forms right now. So y'all know what time it is. When the market whipsaws, pushes directly down and then directly back up. More often than not, when it whipsaws like that, that's just the market not being able to pick direction for the day. Buyers and sellers are not making up their mind. So more often than not, price just consolidates until PM session, and then you get that move from this point. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a no trade day, and still undefeated for the week. It is what it is, man. Let's move on.